Now, before I get started, the Impact Plus show of Throwback Throwdown 2, I believe that's the name of it, because I boxed it earlier. I believe that's the name of it, and if I can, which I'm going to, I'm going to review it. So you're going to be seeing a review from me from the Parental Wrestling Federation, the Impact Parental Wrestling Federation. I believe that's how it's pronounced, and I will be doing a review of it. So it will happen. Now, this show, and I'm going to try and make this as short as possible because I always don't. But this show really doesn't add anything to that Impact Plus show. It just doesn't. It doesn't add anything to it. It's building only for Hard to Kill. That's what this is for. We have at least 2 or 3 weeks left before Hard to Kill comes out. So this is what we got. Opening, Josh Alexander versus Raju. Now, I got to say this again to my subscriber. I understand you know who you are. You know who you are, my friend. You know who you are. And I know you're going to say, I cannot wait for Josh to turn heel. I say it again. It makes no damn sense for him to turn heel. It doesn't. I understand you believe this. I understand this is what you want. This is what you need. But I just want to say this to you, which you're not going to change your mind. But I want to give you this little bit of open-mindedness. I want to say this quickly. Think about it, for my friend. To anyone who thinks that Josh Alexander, because of his high level of aggression, is turning heel. Why would he turn heel when he's not been screwed again by Moose? He has not gotten his shot yet at his title again because he is owed a title shot. Remember, he's owed a title shot. He's supposed to get it. After the title shot comes, and after he still can't get anything done, counting if they don't let him get the title back, I can understand then. But now is dumb. If they actually booked him to turn heel before he even gets his shot against Moose, counting if Moose keeps his title, if he keeps it, will make no sense. And on top of that, he's still got to deal with Jonah. Well, I'll cover with Jonah right now. We already know what happened with Raju. He destroyed Raju. Played up the ribs since they were taped up. And I really kind of wish it waited until Hard to Kill. He didn't come back until Hard to Kill. He made the request on satellite. That's what I think would have been better for me personally. And he not appear at all until Hard to Kill. But that's just me. But after we know Josh beats the hell out of Raju, we get a small little piece of Jonah talking about, you know, how this little bit of the top dog comes into play. Simple. Well, my dad made a mistake when he was young. He went to jail. And when he went to jail, the very first day he was there, when he went to get something to eat, he gets laid out in the back of his head, cracked in the back of his head. He's out, sprawled, bleeding. The guards say, what happened to you? He says, I fell and hit my head. He earned respect in the yard because he didn't talk. You, Josh, the only thing you had to do was stay down, keep your mouth shut, and I would have had no problem. You would have earned respect with me. I wouldn't have no problem. But you got your ass back up. And now I'm going to prove to you that you are nothing compared to me because you are the walking weapon. I am the weapon of mass destruction. Actually quite good. I liked what Jonah did here. It was well done. It was well set up. And there was no problem. Now, Violence by Design and the Good Brothers had their interview saying pretty much this is only because of business. We don't really care about each other. We're letting our monsters do their business. And that is when you see, and this is the next match I'm going to talk about, you're going to talk about Willie as well as where is Su Yung? Is she finished from the business? Of Impact Wrestling. Is she independent? Is she injured? Or is she just taking some time off? You guys tell me below if you know Su Yung is taking time off of Impact Wrestling and she is still signed. Because as far as I know, she's still shown on the roster, but we haven't seen her in a while. And I don't know if she's been injured or she took time off. Maybe she's pregnant. Maybe something else. She just needed some time away. Guys, tell me below. But once you see Joe Dorling and you see the Doc Gallows, you wonder why did they have to struggle a little bit to destroy Willie and the I love Rich Swann. I love Willie Mack. But you have two freaking monsters in there that should not have to struggle that much. I'm sorry. It made no sense whatsoever. I don't agree with it. They had to struggle a bit. And I don't agree with it. They were two monsters from two of the biggest, strongest factions there. Well, not faction, but one is a tag team. The other one's an actual faction. But you get my point. I'm just saying, they shouldn't have struggled a little bit. And at one point, you see Doc Gallows fall out of the ring and whack his hip real hard. Hopefully he's okay. He didn't hurt himself too badly. But in the end, I wasn't surprised Violent by Design destroyed them and then destroyed everybody else. The question is, what's next for Violent by Design? What's next for the Good Brothers? What's the end game for them? Are they going to start facing one another? Are they going to do it again? Because after what happened with Joe Doering and Doc Gallows, I wouldn't mind seeing a match from them again. Yes, the two big guys are not so fast in the ring, but they did a decent job when they were working together. I'm just saying. Now, Trey versus John Skyler. I gotta say this. This match was a little more fast-paced than the Chris Bay and Laredo Kid match. It was a little more fast-paced. Now, I'm not saying it was better. I'm just saying it was a bit more fast-paced. In the end, I didn't expect Trey to lose here. He's a champ, and it was non-title. And they didn't say anything about it being a non-title match. They didn't say nothing about it. He just came out to wrestle. That was it. And he still has to face off at Hard to Kill. So then, this is where it gets interesting. After the match is over, Steve Maclin comes out, whoops his ass, drags him away, and then strings him up, and he's in my face. One of the few I'm going to put in my face. You truly see him tied up like he's being tortured. And he's saying, you got no friends. You got nobody, but you got me. You got me, Trey. Now you wonder, what the hell does that mean? What's going on? Because Maclin wants his title, but he ain't getting anything. He still hasn't been submitted. He still hasn't been pinned. And they're still going with this. So you wonder how far they're going to go with Maclin. When will he finally get the X Division title? He should already get it by now. I'm just saying, sooner or later, they're going to have to drop the title to him. Because if they keep this on Trey and let him win, it is going to undercut Maclin big time. And I don't agree with that. Now, what do we got here? Here's another shot in my face. Tennille Dashwood versus Jessie McKay. What did I tell you? What did I tell you when they first appeared? I'm going to put Jessie again in my face. Doing the pose of inspiration, you see it in my face. You see this in my face. What are they doing? Now, mind you, you're thinking I hate inspiration. You think I hate Jessie. You think I hate Cassie. I don't hate either one of them. I was worried when they threw the damn titles on them, they would not give them anything to damn do properly. And what do we got? We got Tennille Dashwood having a chance and a match against Jessie McKay. For what? Last week, they have an argument while they're in the ring against DK. Where there was a no-win situation where they got two big guys in there. And there was no way they're going to win it. They knew they were no way they're going to win it. That's why they kept trying to undercut one another. Where is the dissension between the two? This is not about who wins the match. In fact, I don't even who won the match. It was Tennille Dashwood. I don't even care about who won the match. You got 3 Aussies, 3 Australian female wrestlers where you could build a good story around them. Tennille Dashwood hasn't been with those 2 years. After leaving NXT, they don't even need to say NXT. They can say together, we were all 3 together in the same company, and you really got nowhere. And they could have built a story off of that. In fact, I'm so angry right now that they're doing absolutely nothing with Inspiration and may book them. I have 2 booking wrestlers for Impact, and I was thinking maybe 2 would be enough. But I'm going to probably do 1 more, and it's going to be with the Inspiration. This has got to happen. This is going to happen after what I just saw. because this was stupid. You don't build up with the dissension between the influence and inspiration. You just throw them into a match. Tenille Dashwood gets their shot. That's empty. What the fuck did I tell all of you? That this could happen. That they would give them nothing. They would throw the damn titles on them and not give them anything meaningful. Now, mind you, I said it myself. I was not satisfied how they appeared. They went right back to the old stick without really developing themselves. And I felt like they didn't really think this through. They're still doing the same stuff. I would have liked them to do a little bit of new stuff and then later add the old stuff that they knew worked great. Let new fans of a new company see something new first. Don't give them the same old stick. Even though it worked, yes. But show them that you have range. And if Ranger Wrestling, and I know the lady doesn't really say anything on my videos, and I'm sure she hasn't even looked at any of my videos, if she saw this match and she was happy with it, what are you caring about the inspiration for? Because they got nothing. Even if they had some type of story build up in BTI, it should be on Impact. That shows you they have no investment in Jessie and Cassie. And anybody can go and look up Ranger Wrestling and tell her that from me. And tell her, I care about the inspiration. If you're not angry about it, I'll be quite surprised. Someone who said she loves the inspiration because this match sucked. Not because they couldn't wrestle, because they got nothing on the show to show that the inspiration and influence should go up against one another. It was just thrown out there. I'm just saying. I'm moving on. Now, what is the next? What's another match? Let me see. I'm trying to remember if I'm forgetting anything. All right, Chris Bay versus Dorado Kid. I almost forgot it. Let's put this in perspective. I heard Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown say that this is going to be an instant classic. One of the things that people are going to remember for years to come. Really? This is Dorado Kid. This is Chris Bay. Two very good wrestlers. On their good days, can do great matches. On a great day, can do classics. There's no lie about that. But Dorado Kid has no momentum doing anything. Chris Bay and Hikuleo should have already won the tag titles because it would have made better sense to put the titles on, not on, and still on. Calm down. I love when it comes to the Good Brothers. I don't hate them. FinJuice is cool. And I truly want to see the Bullet Club get somewhere. So why couldn't you just take the titles off of the Good Brothers and give it to Bullet Club where they need it? No, they don't got it. And then Chris Bay doesn't have the X Division title. He hasn't even had a chance to even get it in a while. He's not really doing anything except working in Bullet Club. So, you have to depend now on the match quality itself. And I'm going to be honest here. Chris Bay is a great wrestler. Dorado Kid is a great wrestler. But this time around, even though the crowds were cheering at one point on the top ring rope, Dorado Kid is sprawled out. And Chris Bay jumps off the top turnbuckle and gives him a stomp to the chest or the stomach as he falls off the top turn rope and hits the mat. I'm sorry. This is not an instant classic. It's a damn good match. There's no problem. You can enjoy it. I'm telling you to enjoy it. But you cannot tell me that this was an instant classic. It's not. It's not what happened when it came to Adam Hangman Page and Bryan Danielson, who went to a draw. There was a title at stake. They already had animosity towards each other. On top of that, Bryan Danielson has already drawn once to the champion before he, and that is the Adam Page, had the damn title. So they had three things on their side when that match was going on. What do you have with Hikuleo? What do you have with Chris Bay? Nothing. They don't have no tag titles. Phantasma isn't, El Phantasmo is not there. It's only those two that we've seen so far. And what does Dorado Kid have? He had his shot back at the pay-per-view, and he had a shot again to try and get something, and he's done nothing. In fact, he's been the afterthought because it's been about Trey and Macklin. Look what happened with Trey getting tied up like he basically is a prisoner, having to be interrogated. So neither one of them had anything going into this match. Only thing they had was match quality, and was a great match, but not a classic match. So it felt empty. Not taking anything away from the match, but being told ahead of time this is going to be an instant classic did not help it. The crowd cheering did not help it. Now, if you don't believe me, fine. But this is just my point of view. You can say it's an instant classic. You can enjoy it. You can say it's awesome. Like one of my subscribers always says, a lot of the matches on Impact are awesome. And he's right. I've never said their match quality every single time in Impact is trash. They got great wrestlers there, men and women. But without no story, without nothing going with them, what do you got? Last but not least, and if I'm forgetting anything, I'm sorry. Well, I could talk about VSK and Ziggy Dice, but I'm going to leave that. Because what's going to be the consequences of they losing? I'm not saying anything more than that. Now, the contract signing, which was the interesting thing. What a hell of a hit to the head. I don't know if that's the title or whatever I'm going to put up is whatever I'm going to put up. You got Morrissey. You got the Moose. You got Matt Cardona. We got 3 guys that go into the ring. One of them has his woman with him, which he probably shouldn't have had. And they had their contract signing. Morrissey says, look, I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to show off. I'm here to win championships. At Hard to Kill, I'm going to win it. I'm going to win it from both of you. He signs and he leaves. He's out. Peace. Fine. That's how you should do it in some cases. Then you have Matt, which makes perfect sense because he has never, other than GCW, Game Changing Wrestling, is when he's had a title that has had any notoriety. Because getting the IC title and then going to a stupid storyline where he was in a wheelchair and thrown off an edge of of the stage because of Kane and due to John Cena, does not mean he had anything going for him. So this is the first time he's in at least a semi-major promotion that is highly recognized that is going for a world title. This is the first time that anyone is willing to say. Now, what did he say? Pretty much, you don't know nothing. You can't kill my passion. And I have been buried so many times, I should have daisies growing out of my head. That's what I'm saying. But I'm still here. Now, what Moose did, like he did earlier, messing with Chelsea, he does it again. And he says clearly, Chelsea, because I'm skipping over the one from Matt. This is about Chelsea and what happened afterward. He says, Chelsea, are you sure you understand what's about to happen? I see your loyalty. I commend it. I appreciate it because you can see greatness in him. But when you see Matt Mid-Carter, he never get it anywhere. And when this is over, you're going to see when I crush his dreams that you're nothing but a damn whore. And then when that happened, we get some elbows to the face. He gets laid out, and that's Matt. You get a chair to the neck because he puts a chair around his neck. Chelsea's trying to stop him. Matt comes out of it. He can't remember what's going on. He doesn't see exactly what's happening. He sees enough. He takes a chair, takes it off his neck, closes the sucker, and as he's doing this, Chelsea's trying to protect her man, her legitimate fiancé. And at the last moment, when he pushes a Chelsea Green back, Matt Cardona comes in, Moose moves out of the way, she gets a chair shot to the head, and she's hit the ground, done. And you see, and I believe I'll put this last image in my face, a Moose smiling. I believe I got that shot. If I don't, fine, sorry. What do we got here? We got Chelsea Green getting laid out by a chair shot by her man. What does this mean for Chelsea Green? Several things. What does this mean for Matt Cardona? Several things. Let's go to Matt first. This gives him even more incentive to beat the crap out of a Moose because he caused this. He didn't have to go there. Then he did what he did after putting him through a table and was about to do his neck, and then he nails his own woman to try and stop him. He wants his ass. Now for Chelsea Green, who's supposed to be in the Ultimate X match. This is where it gets interesting. Sorry if that was a little loud. For Chelsea Green, this actually could be the changeover that I've been saying for quite a while. That as she stands, she's a beautiful, beautiful woman as she is on Impact Wrestling. But on NWA, she's the hot mess. And she makes no sense why she can't bring this over to Impact Wrestling. So, if this is correct, which I could be wrong, this could be the catalyst for her to turn into the nutty hot mess that we know Chelsea Green on NWA. They didn't want to just make her turn crazy. She has to have a reason. This could be that reason that she loses her mind, and then we see the hot mess come out. Because now she's going to act crazy with her man. That could be it. Now, mind you, I could be wrong, and this could not be it. But this is what I'm thinking. And I hope you enjoyed this Impact review. Please give me a comment below. I'm going to see if I can get NWA Power done. I know it's going to be more than 3 days late. It's 4 days almost. How many days? It's been Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's been 3 days. I'm sorry, guys. But having a cold with my throat, now I'm feeling a bit better. I've been taking my medicine. I've been having runny nose. I've sneezed my ass off, which is good because I know I just got a cold. I'll be able to do it tomorrow, I believe. And that will be before Rampage. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.